this is Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, and the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels. It is Tuesday, the 6th of July. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against US dollar at the outer candlesticks, bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 34.026 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 34.926. Bitcoin will need plenty of support from the broader market to break out from 34,500 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level in yesterday's high at 35,280 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Bitcoin target 37,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 36,180. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 32,772 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 30,000 levels. Second major support level at 31,872 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, a widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day coming off the back of this morning's bullish start. On the EMAs, we had a bearish cross late yesterday, the 50 through the 100. So look out for a possible bullish cross this morning with the 50 flattening out on the 200. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 34.026 and break through 35,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, and support levels will be in play. Across to Ethereum against US dollar, also bullish start. Going to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot at 2227 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2295. Going to see plenty of support from the broader market needed for Ethereum to break back through to 2290 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 2324.44 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Ethereum target resistance at 2,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2392. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2130 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2,000 levels. Second major support level at 2063 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bullish cross at the turn of the day supporting this early upside. On the EMAs, the 50s also flattened out on the 100 and the 200. So look out for a widening to support further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid a fall back through the pivot at 2227 and break back through to 2290 levels to then bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, and support levels will be in play. Across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also a bullish start. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 139 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 144. We'll need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through this morning's high 140.75, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 145 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Litecoin target resistance at 155 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 150. A fall back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 133 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 130s. Second major support level sits at 128. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day coming off the back of this early morning rally. On the EMAs, the 50s also flattened on the 100 and the 200, avoiding a narrowing. So key through the early part of the day would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 139 and move back through this morning's high 140.75 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also bullish start. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 6643 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 6838. You'll need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.68 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.69592 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target the second major resistance level at 7154 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.6326 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level at 0.6131. Looking at the MACD, slight widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, but need to keep an eye on that, inconclusive, and look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, the 50 has continued to narrow on the 100 and the 200, with the 100 also closing in on the 200. So need to keep an eye on that as well. So key would be to move through the pivot 6643 and back through to 0.68 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.